बेंगलुरु में अल-अमीन डिग्री कॉलेज का ग्रेजुएशन डे, MLA रिजवान अरशद का फिक्र अंगेज खिताब, नौजवानों को झंझोड़ने वाला खिताब। जी हां, नौजवानों को बेदार करने वाला, नौजवानों को चौकन्ना करने वाला खिताब। MLA रिजवान अरशद ने एक सियासतदान की तरह नहीं बल्कि एक दानिश्वर की तौर पर, इंटेलेक्चुअल के तौर पर अपने ज़रीन ख्यालात का इजहार किया। रिजवान अरशद ने कहा कि मौजूदा हालात में नौजवानों की जिम्मेदारी, खास तौर पर मुस्लिम तबके के नौजवानों की जिम्मेदारी कई गुना बढ़ जाती है। फिरका परस्त लीडर, फिरका परस्त ताकतें एक कौम के नौजवानों को पंचर वाला कहकर स्टिग्मा पैदा करने की कोशिश करते हैं। माइनॉरिटी तबके के नौजवानों को गिराने, पस्त हिम्मत करने की कोशिश की जाती है, लेकिन ईंट का जवाब ईंट से नहीं बल्कि फूलों से देने की जरूरत है। हिकमत और दानिशमंदी से हालात का मुकाबला करने की जरूरत है। रिजवान अरशद ने कहा कि नौजवान अपनी सोच को वसी रखें, ब्रॉड माइंडेड रहें, न सुपरियरिटी और न ही इंफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स में मुब्तला हों। मजहब इस्लाम तंग नजरियात पर नहीं बल्कि वसीउन नजरी पर कायम है, लिहाजा नौजवान हर मजहब की कदर करते हुए हुस्न सुलूक से पेश आएं। रिजवान अरशद ने कहा कि आज़ादी के बाद मुल्क की बागडोर सेकुलर लीडरों के हाथों में थी, लेकिन मौजूदा दौर में मजहब के नाम पर सियासत की जा रही है। मजहब के नाम पर इक़्तिदार हासिल करने की कोशिशें हो रही हैं। मौजूदा हालात में मुस्लिम नौजवानों की क्या जिम्मेदारी होनी चाहिए, इस पर रिजवान अरशद ने फिक्र अंगेज गुफ्तगू की। अल-अमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी के चेयरमैन उमर इस्माइल खान की सदारत में ग्रेजुएशन डे की तकरीब मुनक़द हुई। EC मेंबर्स जफरुल्लाह खान, सैयद अहमद, प्रिंसिपल डॉक्टर सरताज खान व दीगर मौजूद थे। साल 2025 बेंगलुरु अल-अमीन डिग्री कॉलेज से 200 स्टूडेंट्स फारिग हो रहे हैं। अल-अमीन इदारे की खिदमात पर MLA रिजवान अरशद ने कहा कि बानी अल-अमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी मरहूम डॉक्टर मुमताज़ अहमद खान ने न सिर्फ तालीमी इदारे कायम किए बल्कि पूरे मुल्क में तालीम को आम करने के लिए तहरीक चलाई, और इस तहरीक का असर के दीगर तबकों की तरह मुसलमान भी तालीम के मैदान में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। जनूबी हिंद न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट।
All these years you are very protected, insulated from all the happenings in the society, in the country. But now you will be part of the whole system. And of course it's a very happy day, but also when you're going to face the real world, you should also understand the realities of today's world before stepping into it, right? Without understanding, without realizing, without being mentally prepared, if we all get into something, then we'll be in for a surprise. We will be really into a situation which we were not prepared to face. I want to tell you that this country is going through a different phase today, right? The situation in the country is not like how it used to be 10, 15 years back, 20 years back, 30 years back. It's rapidly changing. And I'm sure that you all are educated now, graduates, postgraduates, and well aware of situations happening across the society, because you are active, I think, in social media, or you all are active in social media? Do you understand history, what's happening across, what are the situations? Everything is available on your phone, everything is available in front of us. This generation is more aware generation than the previous generation because of the exposure to technology and social media, right? So we have to understand what phase we are in the country. I think today we are the most communally divided society ever in the history of the country. The kind of othering, the kind of targeting, the kind of atmosphere which is being spread across by political people, by political parties, that was not to be seen a few years back, right? If you see the history of the country, a similar situation had emerged during partition and post-partition era, where country was divided in the name of religion, and many people chose to form their own country in the name of religion. And our forefathers chose our own country, India, to be our motherland, and they chose to stay here, and we are the happiest of the lot that our forefathers chose not to go anywhere and stay here, right? So post-partition, the country had seen similar communal spike and huge divide at the ground level. But what is the difference between the post-partition era and today's era? There are two major differences as I understand. One, post-partition era, there was a leader called Jawaharlal Nehru, right, who was a believer of secularism, who believed in taking everyone along, and who said that religion should be your personal choice and personal practice. It cannot be a choice and a practice of the country, right? There was a leader called Mahatma Gandhi who was killed just because he said, let us all unite together and move ahead, right? There was a leader called Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who Mr. Nehru chose as the most capable person to write the constitution of our country, keeping in mind the history and the present and the future, right? And there was one more leader called Dr. Abul Kalam Azad, who was our first education minister, who laid the foundations of today's Indian Institute of Science, Indian Institute of Technology, the university, the kind of educational system we are in today. So these were the kind of leaders of yesterday. And although that was the most communal part of our history, these leaders contributed in such a way that the communal elements could not further divide the society, and the wounds of the partition were started slowly healing, and the concentration of the people was in more constructive things. Build schools, build colleges, build universities, build scientific institutions, build dams, build roads, build everything, because there was nothing, right? So people had said, enough of fighting amongst us, let us come together and build. That was the change then. And today what is the situation? We have leaders who, for the sake of power, will further divide and create a situation that we should fight amongst each other, and the constructive agenda should be behind, and the destructive agenda becomes the primary focus. Media, there was no technology. Spreading of hate was not very easy. It had to be done physically, going somewhere, physically giving a speech, creating confusion in one area to another area to another area. Today, one person sitting in a remote part of a country can create any disturbing message or a falsehood or anything and spread it across in seconds, and that can create discord in the society. So it has become very easy for people to spread hate than in the history when we got independence. So these are two primary differences today what we have. Then we had leaders who were constructive, who were bringing together. Although communal elements were there, they were marginalized. Today, those marginalized leaders who were communal became the major leaders who are ruling the country, and they themselves promote the hate, and the social media will make it more worse. So we are getting into a world, you are getting out of the institution and the management and your parents had by now protected you. Now getting into a situation and facing the world, I want to tell you, today you might feel that I am a public representative, so I must be in the public eye. Definitely I am in the public eye. The good I do, the bad I do, everything comes out. Sometimes even something that I don't do also comes out in my name. That was a situation where only people in public life who are very important in the society used to be in the eye of the people. But today, every one of you will be in the eye of the people. If you read the newspaper and see the news channels, a thief or a murderer or a rapist or any criminal, if he is from the minority community, it will be named that this guy from this religion was a thief, was a murderer, or a rapist, or a criminal. So there is no categorization of a criminal being a criminal irrespective of his or her religion, right? So we have come to be so insensitive in the society that rapists, when they were given parole, and when they came out of the jail, there were people to receive them and celebrate their parole. Could we have thought this 25, 30 years back? The victim might be a minority, or an accused might be a majority, or a victim might be a majority, accused might be a minority. Could we think that a society will anytime celebrate a rapist? We could even not think of a situation back then. But today, just because of the religious affiliation of the accused or the victim, people make noise. This is something which is fundamentally wrong in the society. And you all have to correct all this. You all have to stand up and say something which is wrong, which is perpetrated by any community, whether it is your community, my community, any community. If somebody has done wrong, we all should have the courage to stand and say this is wrong. If somebody is a victim, we should stand up and say that this is a victim. They might be from a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, any community, any caste. So fundamentally, we are becoming from a civilized society to a more uncivilized, primitive society where groups and people from one background used to fight with another background. We cannot be like that, and a society like this cannot progress. And what I want to tell you is, usually Muslims particularly have this issue. Either they have a very superior mindset, saying that we are the only chosen people, we are the only people who will go to heaven, we are the most superior of the Lord, right? or we get inferiority complex, very depressed. Oh, what will happen to us? We will be in trouble. We will be in a very bad shape. This is how we are being targeted. I don't agree with both the mindsets. I don't agree with both the mindsets. Yea, it is the decision of the Almighty to categorize people, put them where they belong to, whatever heaven or earth, heaven or hell. It is His decision based on the deeds of the people in the world. It is not we who has to judge it. It is His decision. He'll see the deeds and take the call. We might be Muslim, we might be any other religion. If our deeds are not good, there is no pardon. There will be definitely this thing for that. Right? And why are we getting so pessimistic? Because somebody called us puncture wala doesn't mean that it should stick as a stigma to us. They call it not because we are absolutely in that condition, just to stigmatize us. Just to stigmatize. Unfortunately, that leader might be leading the country. That might pain us. A leader who leads the country cannot call a section of the society like that. But that should be taken as a challenge. How it has been taken as a challenge? Today, you all graduating, excelling in academics, is the challenge, is the answer which you have given to them who called us Pancharwal. Although we should not think that puncture shop or a business of repairing a tire or a tube is anything indignified. No, it is not indignified. Better to be a puncture wala than being a dacoit. Right? He is spending his time, his effort, his life in sincerely doing a business and earn his life with dignity. It is not an indignified job, but still it is being used to stigmatize us. How do you respond? The response should be through our deeds, through our action, through our behavior. Today, everyone, every minority person in the country has a responsibility. How do we behave in public? How do we actually behave in our institutions we work in our neighborhood we live in? Every little thing will be scrutinized, every little thing will be published in social media, if not in the mainstream media. Every little thing would be made spectacle of what we do. Even a small road rage, if a person from our community behaves irrationally, rudely, or uncivilized, through social media will be captured and viewed, and it will be shown as this community is like this. Because an honorable High Court judge, a very honorable High Court judge was not so honorable when he commented in an area where predominantly minorities reside as being a mini Pakistan. An honorable judge, but no, his words were not so honorable, right? And the way they comment to stigmatize, today we have to change that. Who is going to change that? We all have to get together, create a mindset to change that. How do we change that? The way we act, behave, and lead our lives in the society. All their propaganda to divide the society will fail if we act responsibly. Do we have that kind of a maturity to act responsibly is the question we have to pose to ourselves. First thing we need to understand that we need to be broad-minded. Our religion is not a narrow-minded, mean religion. Please understand this. Our religion is a very broad-based, broad-minded religion. If it was not a broad-minded, broad-based religion, it could not be a true international religion in that sense. Why did it spread so fast across the globe despite having language as a barrier, culture as a barrier? We spread because it was the only religion which would gel well in every culture, in every language, in every background. Let us not make it into a puritanical, single background, single cultured religion. Every culture has its own strength, its own distinction. So we need to be little broad-minded, accommodative, treat everyone equally. Unless our behavior, our thinking doesn't treat everyone equally, nobody will treat us equally. We should respect each and every community's religious places. If we respect others' religious places, they will respect our religious places. There will be a section of the society which will be provoking, which will be destroying, which will be targeting. But that is not the mainstream society. We need to understand that. So let us create a new set of do's and don'ts to challenge this communal onslaught. I'll tell you one thing. Eat ka jawab, eat se nahi diya ja sakta. If they throw stone on us, throw back love on them. Violence has not brought a lot of solution. It is our actions which should be dignified enough to make them ashamed, make them realize that what you are doing is wrong. And if violence can be taken care by another violence, then the society will end up into a chaotic, violent society. Okay? So let us not think that violence will bring any solution. Let us think that next 10 years, 15 years, all those people, today I am talking to you, I cannot talk to any general public because they are not graduates, they are not postgraduates, they are not educated, they have no sense, they can't read a newspaper, they can't understand seeing a news item, they can't understand what is the depth of it. What is the situation across the globe? What is the situation across the country? I am talking to all of you because today you are in a position to understand, realize, and set actionable things. And having said that, one thing I would like to say that we need to be contributors in this society to gain respect. If you are not contributors, nobody will respect. What is the contribution? You need to be scientists, you need to invent things, you need to be mechanically sound, you need to be technically sound, you need to create, like today, one APJ Abdul Kalam. What difference did he make to all of us? Because he was a major contributor to our country to develop missile technology. Right? Yes or no? Yes. Today, when missiles are going into space, it is Abdul Kalam's big contribution. There must be many other scientists who have contributed. Who is the next Abdul Kalam? Who is the next person who will contribute in the field of medicine, in the field of science and technology? So we need to identify those people who will become something in the society, who can contribute back so that the whole lot gets recognized, whole lot gets respect. Respect doesn't come. You cannot command respect. You need to create your contribution to generate that respect towards you. So we as a community, if we need to be respected, we need to become contributors. And definitely there are capable people, most capable minds. There are quite a few I knew. They left the country and went and they're working for somebody else. They might ultimately end up being successful in their own lives. But unfortunately, they will not be contributing in the country's progress, nor they will be contributing in the community's interest. Right? So we need to be contributors. We need to stay back in the country, no matter what the provocation, no matter what the insecurities, no matter what the situation is. But we need to stay put, be resilient. How do we fight back? We fight back through our conduct, through our deeds, through our contribution. Contribution is very important. And lastly, I would like to say that today you might be just students getting out of the institutions, but never think any less of yourself. Don't ever think today's situations you might be. You might have come from humble backgrounds. You might have struggled to study. You might have faced a lot of hardships today. But today's situation is temporary. This situation is going to change for the people who believe that situations will change. When I was in your age, I was in your situation in my college, I never thought that I am an ordinary youngster who is literally into a situation which warrants struggle. I always believed that I would become something in my life. I would contribute something for the society, and Allah Ta'ala will take a lot of work from me. I have always believed in myself. That is how I have been able to change my situations from then to today. If you believe in yourself, and if you are confident enough that you are capable, your intentions are right, and you can do it, there is nothing which cannot be done by you. I am telling you equally to all the men and women here. Okay, don't ever think that today's situations will remain forever. It will change. It will change. It has to evolve. It has to change for better. So make up your mind. Be confident. Go and face this world not as what you are today, as what you will become one day. One day I wanted to be a political leader in some position. But I used to think myself as that when I was nothing also. I felt that, okay, I will be a leader one day. I never did anything which warrants me to feel today that I did something to them which will make me feel ashamed to just come to this position. No. I always maintained my dignity, my self-respect, even then when I was nothing. Right? So what I mean to say is, Allah will give opportunities to each one of us. Right? Each one of us, irrespective of caste or religion. He doesn't believe in so much. If he wanted, every one of us would have become in one religion. Everyone would have been born in one caste. He's just trusting us. Right? So what I want you to understand is set your targets clearly, what you want to be, what you want to achieve in life. Prepare yourself internally also. Believe in yourself that you can achieve it. Work on that. Behave in such a way that people say that yes, he is capable, he can do that, he has that quality. He's the way he conducts himself or herself. They have all the capabilities to become that. So there is a big opportunity across. Don't get depressed. Don't be superior in your mindset. Don't be inferior in your mindset. Be level-headed. Set your goal. Be confident. Face the world with confidence. Conduct yourself with dignity. Conduct yourself with fairness. See a human being as a human being. Don't judge a human being as a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian. Respect every religion. Respect every religious place. Take everyone along. Show through your conduct that whatever propaganda is being spread against our community is falsehood for the sake of political advantage of a few. They are trying to divide us. Whatever myths are being spread against our community should be washed away by the way we conduct ourselves in the society. That is the only way we can fight all these misconceptions, all these attacks on us, and all the way they are trying to organize a situation against us. So, having said all this, I would like to convey my best wishes to you all. Hope to see you all in some other time, some other situation, some other better positions. And I know, and I'm very happy and confident that I have addressed very capable youngsters who have all the capacity to get out of this institution and dominate the world of tomorrow. Thank you. Best wishes.
रिजवान अरशद साहब, कौम और मिल्लत के एक बड़े तालीमी इदारे अल-अमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी में आप आए हैं और इस इदारे की खिदमत को और यहाँ की सर्विसेज को आप कैसे देखते हैं और क्या कहना चाहते हैं?
देखिए, अल-अमीन एक इदारा नहीं, एक रेवोल्यूशन था। डॉक्टर मुमताज़ अली खान साहब और उस वक्त पे हमारे माशरे में जो कई बुज़ुर्ग उनके साथ मिलकर उन बुज़ुर्गों ने एक रेवोल्यूशन खड़ा किया, तालीम आम करने के लिए एक मुहिम, एक तबलीग शुरू की, जिसकी वजह से इसका नतीजा ये एक इंस्टीट्यूशन का क़याम और उसको इस लेवल तक बढ़ाना भी हो सकता है। लेकिन उनके उस मूवमेंट की वजह से, उनके उस तबलीग की वजह से सैकड़ों नौजवान तालीम याफ्ता हुए। उसने हमारे कौम का चेहरा बदल दिया। तालीम एक ऐसा हथियार है जिसके ज़रिए पूरी दुनिया को बदला जा सकता है। जो पस्ती में, जो तारीकी में, जो परेशानियों में उस वक्त पर, उस दौर में कौम थी, आज भी है, ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन उस वक्त पर ये तालीम आम करने की जो मुहिम, जो तबलीग शुरू की गई, जिसके नताइज आज हम देख रहे हैं कि जितना भी हम तालीम के फील्ड में आगे बढ़े हैं, ये इन सब बुज़ुर्गों का बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। उनकी बहुत बड़ा हमारी इस कौम को मदद रही। और आज मैं अल-अमीन इंस्टीट्यूशन आया हूँ और ये आकर खुशी भी होती है कि प्रोफेशनल तरीके से एक इंस्टीट्यूशन को आज चलाया जा रहा है। हमारे नौजवान उमर इस्माइल खान साहब मौजूद हैं, ये और सारे इनके साथी मिलकर एक प्रोफेशनल तरीके से आज इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को वापस ट्रैक में लाकर काम कर रहे हैं। और हमारी थोड़ी बहुत जो भी हमारा साथ होगा या हम यहाँ आकर देखकर बच्चों को अगर उनका हौसला अफजाई कर सके तो ये हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन होना चाहिए। तो इसलिए मैं आज आया हूँ और मैं मुबारकबाद देता हूँ कि आज एक ग्रेजुएशन डे में जो ग्रेजुएट्स निकल कर जा रहे हैं, हो सकता है इनमें से चंद लोग ऐसे उभर कर निकले कि हमारे माशरे को जो तक़वियत की ज़रूरत है, जो मजबूती की ज़रूरत है, इन नौजवानों के ज़रिए मिल सके। अल-अमीन का एक बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है।
50-60 साल قبل तालीमी इदारा कायम करना बहुत मुश्किल था, इसके मुकाबले आज के मुकाबले में बहुत मुश्किल था। तो उस वक्त डॉक्टर मुमताज़ अहमद खान साहब ने पहल की और तकरीबन 200 से ज़ायद इदारे इस वक्त मुल्क भर में मौजूद हैं।
वही मैं कह रहा हूँ कि एक बहुत बड़ी तहरीक, एक बहुत बड़ी तबलीग, एक बहुत बड़ा कैंपेन था। ये सिर्फ एक इदारे को कायम करने के लिए ये मुहिम नहीं चलाई गई थी। पूरे मुल्क में तालीम आम किया जाए, पूरे मुल्क में तालीम की अहमियत को जिस तरीके से उस वक्त के उस माशरे के उस वक्त जो भी माहौल था उसमें तालीम को आम करना, तालीम की तहरीक चलाना ये कोई मामूली बात नहीं थी। शायद छोटे ज़राए होंगे, ऐसा कम्युनिकेशन वाला दौर नहीं था, बड़ी मुश्किलात के साथ इतना बेहतर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वाला दौर नहीं था, ज़राए भी नहीं थे। तो इन कम रिसोर्सेस को रखते हुए एक बड़ी मामूली सी शुरुआत करते हुए आज एक 200 इदारों वाला, इंस्टीट्यूशंस वाला एक सेटअप क्रिएट करना जो है ये कोई मामूली बात नहीं है, कोई मामूली कंट्रीब्यूशन भी नहीं है। इसको सराहना चाहिए और वक्त बा वक्त इस तहरीक को वापस हमें मेन स्ट्रीम में लाना चाहिए। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आगे भी चलकर ये जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है, ये जो तहरीक है, यहाँ तक भी 200 इंस्टीट्यूशन तक भी महदूद रहेगी, नहीं रह जाएगी। इसको और बड़ा किया जाएगा इंशाल्लाह, होना भी चाहिए। और कल जब तक हम लोग तालीम में लीड नहीं करेंगे, तालीम के ज़रिए इस मुल्क को कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हमारी खोई हुई वो विकार, वो इज्जत हमें वापस नहीं मिल सकता। और इस मूवमेंट के ज़रिए ये काम हो सकता है इंशाअल्लाह।
शिवाजी नगर के MLA रिजवान अरशद साहब आए हैं, हमारे पुराने दोस्त हैं और हम लोग सब जो है उनकी बहुत इज्जत करते हैं क्योंकि बड़े अच्छे जज्बे रखने वाले हैं। तो आज आने से बहुत अच्छा लगा और बच्चे बहुत ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हैं, तो बच्चे बहुत खुश हुए और बड़ी अच्छी स्पीच, संजीदी सी स्पीच दिए। और आज के हालात में हमारे बच्चे, नौजवान बच्चे जो डिग्री यहाँ ख़त्म किए हैं और कॉलेज के माहौल में हिफाजत से थे, अब बाहर जो है असली दुनिया में जा रहे हैं, वहाँ पे क्या उनको सिचुएशन मिलेगा, वो किस तरीके से, किस अंदाज से रहना है, बहुत बड़े अच्छे अंदाज से समझाए। मुल्क के हालात और स्टेट के हालात और दुनिया के हालात क्या हैं, ये बच्चों को जो है उनके बच्चों के इल्म में लाए।